Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Welcome back. Um, why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it hard to move on? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? That's what we're discussing this evening. Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? You asked this lady why she was still single after a relationship broke down. It's been over a year, but she's still nursing the wounds. She's a beautiful young lady that anyone would be happy to have. But why is it difficult for her to move on after her last relationship? Why is it difficult to allow any man into her life? What are the reasons? You look at it this way, not just women. You'd be amazed that men experience similar problems when it comes to relationship, when it comes to bad relationships, especially toxic relationships. So why is it hard for some ladies to move on after coming out of a toxic relationship? That's what we'll discuss in this evening, and I would like you to call me. Okay, good evening, and welcome back. This is our weekly live podcast. We discuss every Friday evening. If it's the first time you're coming across one, please just give us a follow on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to click on the notification so that you can receive notification whenever we post any new content, or whenever we go in live, or something like that. Welcome back. Good evening. Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it difficult? See, some people, they came out of a relationship, sometimes toxic relationships, and then 1 year, 2 years, they are still single. And then you look at this person, maybe just use a woman as an example. She's so beautiful, she's young. She's the kind of woman that any man can have. And then you'll be wondering why she's still single. The last time she was in a relationship was a couple of years ago. And you're looking at her. It's not that the men are not coming her way. It's not that they're not asking her out. It's not that. But she doesn't want to get into a relationship. She's finding it difficult to move on. She's finding it difficult to allow anybody to come in. She's finding it difficult to allow a man to come into her life. And you're asking. Sometimes it might be your sister, it might be a friend of yours. And you'll be asking, what is the problem? And they keep telling you that everything is fine. They are not ready. They are not ready for any relationship. But you know that she needs someone. But what is the problem? Why is it difficult for her to move on? Why is it difficult for her to open up so that she can have that relationship that she craves for, relationship that she wants? What is the problem? What is the problem? Why is she not allowing any person to come in? Why is she not allowing any man to come into her life? What is the problem? Why is it that it's hard for her to move on? Why is it so hard for her to move on? And that's what we're going to discuss this evening. That is what we're discussing, and that's the question we're asking. And then I will need your help because you have to call. I would like to hear your own opinion. I would like to hear your own thoughts. And the number to call is the number that is on the screen now. +44 744 982 3876. This is the WhatsApp number. You just call. There's no obligation for you to give your name. Just call and then voice your opinion. Voice your opinion. Okay. We're just asking, why is it difficult for some people to move on? Why is it difficult for someone to move on? Why is it difficult for people to move on in a relationship? And that's the question. That's what we're going to discuss this evening. Okay. And if you know, you have to call. The line is open now. The line is free. Call one on now on +44 744 982 3876. Call now. The line is free. Yeah, the line is open now. I want you to call. Or you can put on the comment section what your thought is. Then what is related to what we are discussing this evening. I will read them out. Okay. So why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it hard to move on? There is one. If you listen to what I was saying, I mentioned toxic relationship, because most times when you look at it, a lot of people talk about toxic relationships, talk about bad influences, or they talk about experiences they have in a relationship. And when you look at the toxic nature of the relationship, moving on from that bad relationship can be a challenging task, can be a challenging problem due to the poisonous nature of that relationship. I'm talking about when you look at toxic relationship, bad relationship, the experiences that someone experienced in that relationship can be a very, very challenging task to move on. When you look at a toxic relationship, they are characterizing behaviors such as abuse. When you look at it, abuse, you look at the manipulations that already in that relationship, manipulations, you look at lying, look at cheating, you look at dominion nature of the relationship. When they normally talk you down, they never see any good thing in you and all that. Okay, so attacking, verbal attacking, and even physical attack and everything that's in that relationship. The humiliations that you perceive, the humiliations that you get from that relationship. And then you talk about the coercion attitude, how they behave in the relationship. All of these things are negative attitudes, negative things that come to that relationship, negative behavior that can cause significant distress or emotional trauma, emotional turmoil to the individual, to even the lady or the man that is in that relationship. You understand? So all of that affect you mentally, affect you physically. Hello, welcome. Good evening.
Evening.
Hello,
I want to make a contribution on the topic.
Okay.
Why is it people find it difficult to move in a bad relationship?
Yeah, they move on. For them to move on to a new, maybe going to a new relationship once they come out of a bad relationship. Why is it difficult?
Yeah. Because they say experience is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, why they find it so difficult to move on because of what they passed through in the previous relationship. Relationship is meant to be understanding, endurance, and patience.
Mm-hmm.
And abuse should not come into a relationship. Nagging should not come into a relationship. cheating should not come into a relationship. And in a relationship, when you find all those things I just mentioned,
Mhm.
you know, that relationship, we do not enjoy it. And especially the most difficult thing in a relationship is when the trust is not there. And what makes that trust not to be there is lying. Lies in a relationship can break what you build in 100 years.
Mhm.
Just common lie can just break it up. So you see that a guy or a lady that will come out in a come out to have or make a friend
Yeah.
or give all his or her heart
Yeah.
in a relationship, and one just break, and maybe peradventure
Mhm.
that time is her first time of falling in love, first lovers, and when you break it, it's hard for that person to give chance
Especially when
for
they when
another.
especially when it's a very bad experience, right?
Yes, when it's very bad experience. Let me just use what happened here. Like, we all know that one that went into social media, it went viral.
Mhm.
That was snitching of a thing. The woman was just managing her relationship, was just managing her marriage. Understand? She was passing through hell. Let's assuming
Mhm.
she was alive, and peradventure she's out from that relationship. Do you think that she can give men chance again because of what she passed through in her previous? She will not, because she may think all men are the same. Like people used to say, all
Mhm.
men are the same, all women are the same, because of what one person just caused.
Mhm.
Mm. So it's very, very hard for one to undergo marriage trauma, difficulties, bullying, and lies and everything, and you come out to give another chance. It's not easy, man. It's not.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
But I know that it will take a time.
Yeah, I
You
understand
need
that.
a lot of
You need a lot of
you say
courage. You need a lot of courage
conviction
and conviction. Yeah.
and conviction. You need a lot of conviction, because you may be giving that person series of trials for you to be convinced. Understand? When you are not convinced, man,
It's
it will
difficult.
be hard for you to come fully giving that person fully attention. So I love this topic which you brought. Please, it's a way of life, so that when one gone all through these things and come out, there's that logic that say, if all men are bad or if all women are bad, you doesn't mean you are bad. You know that you are not bad. So some are not bad while some are bad. So let's not generalize on one particular thing.
Okay.
So opportunities, we need to be given opportunities and be convinced. So I love this topic now, man,
Thank
so
you.
that many are passing through it. So let's give a chance and give trial.
Okay.
You
Thank you.
know,
Appreciate
my,
that.
yeah.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
don't
that.
know whether I make.
Now,
I
yeah,
don't know
that's
whether
I got you. I grab what you the point that you made there. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate.
you're welcome.
Yeah. The line is vacant now. The line is still open if you can call. Okay, true. Okay. So the the experiences that someone gets in a relationship sometimes talk about bad experiences can affect the way you see relationships, the trauma, especially when they come out of toxic relationship. Sometimes people find it difficult to move on. They find it difficult to go into a new one, especially what the gentleman called what he said. Okay. You know, there are other things that can affect any human being. It's not about, it's not a woman, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. There are other ways that can affect you. There are other reasons why. When you look at it, if you're asking yourself, why is this lady, why is this guy still single? He doesn't want to give love, or he doesn't want to get into a relationship. Okay. When they came out of bad relationship, maybe the relationship started on a good platform. I'm talking about at the beginning of that relationship, it was, they had a really healthy relationship. Everything was rosy. Everything was doing fine. They were just happy, enjoying the relationship. Understand? So at the long run, you find out that something, whatever, I don't know what is they they have a they start having issues in their relationship, because you look at partners, lovers in a relationship. I'm not only referring to toxic relationship. Those people, maybe they have had the initial experience, love bombing, period of affection. They care for each other. They have that love between them. But later, there is the dynamics of that relationship shifted. It just shifted. And then everything start going south. This can lead individuals to hold on to the hope, that hope of returning back to those initial stage, like that initial positive moment, that that experience that they had at the beginning of that relationship. And because of that, you see, they start struggling. They start struggling to move on. They're holding back. They don't want to let go. Because of what? They want, they still want that, the first experience that they had. And you see sometimes you see some ladies, some of them, because of the experience they had with their boyfriend or they had with their man, it's a good man. Something along the line, maybe they lost this guy through death, or they lost this guy to another lady, or maybe because of their own mistake, they lost this person. The same way some guys, they had a good lady, due to their selfishness, due to their own maybe mistakes and all that, they lost this lady. Those that experience, now they've tested other people, they cannot get that the same character, the same experience that they experience with this person. And you see that they still want to go back to that good times. They still want to experience that positive nature of a relationship. And because of that, they find it difficult to move on. They keep on holding that old experience inside of them. And because of that, even if they are in a new relationship, they find it difficult because they're still holding on to their experience that they had before. Understand? We're talking about why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? That's what we're discussing. And also, if you know about that, you can just put the comment in the comment section, or you can call the number that is on the screen. +44 744 9823876. Okay. What about low self-esteem and self-worth? When you look at some people, they don't have that confidence in themselves. Talk about low self-esteem. They struggle with feelings of unworthiness. They, because of that feeling, when they look at themselves, they see themselves, maybe they are not worthy. They are not capable of having a good relationship. And then you see that they struggle. They find it difficult to move on from a bad relationship because they keep on blaming themselves. what happened in their old last relationship was their fault. They are the ones that caused the whole thing to happen. Maybe they are the ones that caused them to, maybe their behavior and everything was the problem in that relationship that made the relationship to broke down. They lost their man or they lost their woman because of their behavior. So because of that, you see, they keep blaming themselves. They struggle. Then they have that mindset now that they do not deserve a better relationship. They don't deserve a better treatment or a healthier relationship. So because of they see that leading them to cling on what they have, even if it was harmful, even if it was a bad experience, even if it was a toxic relationship they were in, they overlook all of that because they keep on blaming themselves. They keep blaming themselves because of that low self-esteem, low self-worth. That's a big issue. They don't go out anymore. They become unkept. They don't look after themselves no more. They don't care about themselves no more. They don't stop dressing well. The way they used to look before, they don't. And you start worried. You become worried about them, looking at them. They become even the shadow of themselves. Why? Because they keep blaming themselves that it was their fault that their previous relationship broke down. Why? Because of what? Low self-esteem. They don't have that confidence in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They blame themselves for what happened in their relationship. They overlook all the whole everything that happened in that relationship. It doesn't matter if the man or the woman cheated on them. It doesn't matter if there's maybe the person was abusive to them or nothing, but they keep blaming themselves because of what? It was their fault. Everything was their fault. Had it been that they did this or did that, maybe they could have, kept the man or kept the woman in that relationship. Low self-esteem. It's a very bad thing that happens to a human being. If you don't have confidence, if you don't have, if you don't have that personality, confidence in yourself, you don't believe in yourself, it affects you, especially when it comes to your relationship as well. Understand? What are we talking about? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Okay. Sometimes you look at some people and then the fear of being alone, on facing the unknown, the unknown future without the familiar presence of a partner can also be a problem. Can also make it hard to move on from a bad relationship. The fear of being alone. The fear of being alone. The fear of being alone. They don't want to face the unknown. They don't know what future will bring. So that fear of what will happen in the future, that they don't want to be alone. They don't want to stay single. That fear of loneliness, uncertainty, fear of loneliness or uncertainty, of starting alone, starting afresh, starting a new relationship can do what? Can keep individuals tethered to toxic relationship. It can make some people, they will stick in there. They're afraid. They don't want to move on. They don't even want to try it at all because of they're afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid that maybe they will not be accepted. They're afraid maybe that if they leave that relationship, no one will not talk to them. No one going to accept them. The same thing that if you look at it, is attached to that low esteem. They feel that they are not good. They are not beautiful. They are not, that their time has passed. So nobody going to look at them anymore. So because of that, they will stick in there. They will just hold that relationship. They don't want to move on. They don't want to move on at all. And it's a very big thing, a very big problem. A very big problem. You look at some people, relationships, you look at them and say that you're looking at this person. The relationship you're looking at, they are not, he or she is not in a relationship. Because relationship, the family members, they avoid their people around them, friends, everything, just because of what? They are tired of hearing people telling them what to do and all that. So because of that, they avoid everyone. Because of what? They don't want to leave that that same person that they manage. They call it, they put it their way. They manage to get. So they don't want to lose that person because of fear of being alone, because of the fear of unknown, what will happen. They might not get a good person again, or they might not get someone again that will accept them. So they're clinging there. They're clinging there. They keep staying there. They don't want to move on. So anything that comes their way, they will take it. Anything that comes their way, they take it. And that's why. And that's the problem. That's the problem they have in a relationship. Why is it hard? Why is it hard to move on? That's what we're talking about. Why is it hard to move on? The relationship, especially in a bad relationship. Why is it hard to move on? We have really talked about the desire to return to good times. We talked about low esteem and self-worth issues. We talked about the fear of being alone. We talked about the toxic nature of that relationship. All of these things will affect the person that is in a relationship. Sometimes affect them when they're thinking about moving on. They cannot move on because of these little ones we just talked about. You understand what I mean? Toxic nature of relationship, desire to return to good times, all of that. The low self-esteem and self-worth issues in that relationship. The fear of being alone, all of that. Make someone not to move, not someone not to move on. Make someone not to even think about living a toxic or bad relationship. Understand the gentleman that called. He said that sometimes people, some of them, they're afraid. Some ladies, maybe sometimes you see that the experiences that they experience, things that they experience in their relationship, make them not to move on. The bad experiences that they experience in their relationship, when they come out of that relationship, they become afraid of meeting men. Then they assume that all men are the same. And they find it difficult to open up, to allow someone in to come in, open up, understand, to experience this person. Maybe this person might be different. And they cling on that. They will not open up and become afraid because of the bad experiences that they experienced in their previous relationship. Understand? That's what we're talking about this evening. Why is it difficult? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Okay. Yeah, it is that time that we normally there's a time that we normally celebrate the birthday with some of our followers and one of family. Okay, so we need to celebrate. Those are celebrating the birthday this week. I have a few people that are celebrating the birthdays this week. Okay, so all right. If you want us to celebrate you one or here, send a request to our one or on our WhatsApp, the WhatsApp number. Send a message request. It's free. Nobody charge you anything. Just send. Then we celebrate the birthday with us. Okay. All right. We have We have people that are celebrating birthdays. Okay, we have Fred, we have Gladys Mayele, we have Fred Kwasi Azalo, we have Margaret Kumi, and Mensa Stella. Okay, happy birthday Gladys Mayele, happy birthday Fred Kwasi Azalo, happy birthday Margaret Kumi, and then happy birthday Mensa Stella. We pray that God will grant you your heart desires, and also make sure that you celebrate yourself. Take yourself out and celebrate your birthday to the fullest. Okay, celebrate your birthday to the fullest. As we normally say here, whatever you wish yourself, God will grant to you. Grant your wishes. Happy birthday, guys, once more. Okay, welcome back. Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Okay. If it is the first time you're coming across someone on here, this is a program we do normally every Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. Okay. So the number is on the screen for you to call if you what we're discussing this evening. If you have any thought or what you have to talk about, call the number, voice your opinion, or you can put on the comment section. Okay, and then if you have not followed us on Facebook, please do so, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Why not on YouTube? Why not on Facebook? All right, guys. Okay, why is it difficult? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Okay, what about the investment of time and emotions that people give to their relationship? Investment of time and relationship. See that people most times they often invest significant time, invest their energy, invest their emotions into their relationship. The time, 5 years, 10 years, maybe 15 years. They invested energy. They put in a lot in that relationship. Everything. And this investment can create a sense of attachment and commitment that makes it challenging to walk away from even having, maybe it doesn't matter if that relationship is a toxic relationship or harmful relationship. They don't care because they already invested a lot in that relationship. Their time, energy, emotions, all of that, they put a lot in that relationship. Sometimes maybe you see some women, they will come into a relationship, they put away their time just to support their man and all that, just to make the man, maybe for some time you see that some people, maybe the man is still in school and she be the one now doing everything, most of the things, just to support this man, because she believed that once he finish school or finish university or whatever, that he has to get a job. Once he got a job, everything's going to be fine and all that. You see that some of them, they even have 2 jobs. They try to support this man just to make sure that he get to that level, because they know that his prospect is very, very vast. It's just like he got that good prospect. Once he come out of university, you're going to get a job. She's doing 2 jobs, doing everything just to support. That's a lot of time and energy, a lot of investment, a lot of sacrifice they put into that relationship. Understand? Then when they finish all of that, then you see the man start, maybe after everything, he get a job and everything is going fine. But just because of an issue or one thing or the other, they will start having issues in that relationship. They're having a problem in that relationship. There's a conflict in that relationship. And then you start telling this person that she needs to move on. She needs to get out of that relationship and all that. After putting in a lot of time, significant time, energy, time, everything, emotions, sacrifices and everything that they put into a relationship. The same thing when it comes to some men too, they do the same thing. Some of them, you see that they sponsor someone in school, they pay school fees, they do everything just to support their woman and all that. They do the same. Just to find out that everything is not the way it's supposed to be. Something is wrong somewhere. And then he start telling this person to move on. It's difficult. Why? Because they put in a lot of energy into that. They put in a lot of time into that. They put in a lot of emotions into that. A lot of sacrifices, a lot of calls, a lot of money, resources that they put in there. They put in a lot. And once they start counting all those things, you see that it's going to be difficult for them to move on because they've sacrificed a lot. A lot. Not only that time, not only energy. When they start like counting out the money that they remit, the money they transferred, the money that they put in there, the lady, when she start telling you all the hours that she made, all the hours she put into her work, even sleepless night, everything, just to make sure that she supported her man, all of that. Then you start telling her now to move on. Move on to where? Why is she moving on to? It's a big problem. It's a very, very big problem. That is one of the problems. Investment of time and emotions that they put into that relationship. What are we talking about? Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Why is it hard? Because this is one of the things that you see that many people don't talk about. They see someone, they come out of relationship, they've been there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They are finding it difficult to go in again. They can't. They can't. Because of all of this, the time, energy, the emotions, everything is that it has weighed them down. They put in a lot. They sacrifice a lot into that relationship. They don't have that strength anymore to do it again. Even if when they managed to summon on courage to move into a relationship, you find out that they don't care anymore. Sometimes they don't. Because they have nothing else to give again. They can't give. They don't have anything else to give. Why would they start? And this new person now in their relationship, the new person they meet, will just get all of that. Not the blame, everything. They got their bad side. Why? Because of their past relationship. Why is it hard to move on from a bad relationship? Because you find out this is, in most cases, people don't really like look into the source or the problems that lead to what they are seeing. For example, you never ask, why is it hard? What is the problem? Why are you finding it difficult to move on? Do you understand what I mean? It's a strange question to ask someone. Because you're looking at it, sometimes you look at the lady, look at the guy moving, come on. Yeah. He got the age, he got the power, he has the money, he has the resources, he got everything. But why are you still single? What is happening? What's going on? What's going on? People might be gossiping behind, labeling this person maybe, and all that. Then they will start giving maybe all their time, they put it into work. They put it into their business. They're acquiring wealth. They want to make money. The lady, doesn't have any time anymore. She wants to study. She wants to, you know what I mean? They are just focusing on themselves. That is what you are seeing. But what is behind it? Why? What happened? That is the question. And that's the question we're asking this evening. Why is it hard to move on from a very bad relationship? Because it's not all the relationships maybe that were bad were toxic. No, not like that. There are some relationships that weren't toxic, but just misunderstanding. Because they couldn't manage the relationship well. Maybe because of third party, because of issues around that they couldn't hold on. They messed up that relationship. And then this person will find it difficult to move on because they're still clinging on the good time. Clinging on the good time. You understand? And then you look at some other people, they want to I don't know how to say it. If you look, there are some people now, you as I'm even as you're listening to me now, you know this, you know one person now, right? That you wish that they just get out of that, they just leave from that relationship where they end. They should just abandon everything and just walk away. Because the relationship is not healthy. It's so toxic. It's so bad. On a daily basis, if it's not fight, if it's not like, physical abuse, if emotional abuse, they are fighting. If it's not about money today, if it's about kids tomorrow, they have you are tired. The family members have already come in, they talk about it, they discuss, they ask every day. If it's not pastor coming, if it's friends, it's their neighbors, people are all the time. They're coming in just to do what? Separate them from fighting. Separate them every day. And then you are begging them, both settle this amicably so that each of you will just go. At least give yourself space so that you can, evaluate your relationship. But no way, they cannot. They cannot do that. They cannot do that. Justin said, depriving yourself a lot to build a relationship and also sacrificing your best in a relationship, and it will be hard for you to move on into a new relationship. That's what we're talking about. Some people, they sacrifice a lot. Because of the sacrifice, they find difficult. Understand? So what I was trying to talk about, I was referring to someone hoping on a daily basis that their partner will change. They're hoping that this person they're in the relationship will change. Despite the negative aspect of a bad relationship, individual, they keep on holding onto that hope that their partner will change for the better. They keep on holding. Every time they still say, no, don't worry, he will change. He will change. Don't worry, she will change. She will change. They keep on holding, believing that they can be the one to inspire this person, to inspire the transformation in their partner's what? Behavior. They will transform them. They will, inspire them to move to become a better person. You understand? They will just try, I don't know, maybe I don't know how they will do it. If they're going to do magic or something, just to push this person, transform this person to be, that relationship, to engage in the healthy dynamics of the relationship. Just change, let them change. They believe that they are the ones that are going to do it. And because of that, they're hoping on that change. They will hold on to that relationship. They will stay in that relationship because they believe that it's going to be just for a while, this man or this lady will change. They will change. And they are hoping on that change. That with that change, you are the one going to make them change. You understand? When someone in a relationship with someone and then this person doesn't see any good thing in that relationship, they don't have any value. They don't have respect for you. They don't see anything good in you. You're not bringing anything in there to them in the relationship. They don't care. Say that you believe in that, what will happen? They will change. Just it's going to be for a short while. Then you'll be the one to like inspire them to a good, the good attitude, to inspire them, to change to better. And then they keep on hoping. And that's the reason why they will still stay in a bad relationship. They still stay in that toxic relationship because they don't want to get away from it. They don't want. And if if you link it towards, you can still link it back to the low self-esteem, because once you are there hoping that this person will change, you're still blaming yourself because you believe that you are the one, that it's your fault that this person is behaving the way they're behaving. It's your fault. That's why you're having, maybe it's your characters or behavior. That's why your partner is behaving the way he or she is behaving, because you believe that if you change your character, if you change your attitude and all that, it will transform them. It will just inspire them to change. You understand? Then you keep on blaming yourself. Keep on doing things that they just to make them change, without knowing that it's not you. It's not you. And then how long will it last? How long will you keep waiting? How long will you keep hoping that they will change? They're still doing the same thing they're doing on a daily basis. They're still doing the same thing. No respect, no atom of value. They don't even know atom of, like someone, you come into a relationship, they don't have any, how will I explain it? They don't see you, that you bring value to that relationship. And that's the worst thing that can happen to any human being. When even it doesn't matter. If someone don't see you as someone that bring value to anything they're doing, they don't value you. They don't see you. That is nothing you can do. How you expect them to respect you? No way. And once they don't see you bringing any value to that relationship, that's when they will do what? The whole things we talked about earlier at the beginning. Demeaning words, intimidation, manipulation, all of that. That's when you see them. They'll be exhibiting those characters towards you. They will use you anyhow. They will manipulate you. They will lie on top of your head. Cheating is normal. You understand? Demeaning words, they're attacking you, they're humiliating you in front of people, they will humiliating you in front of friends, they will humiliate you in front of family members. They don't care because they don't value you. They don't see you as anything. You don't bring nothing to that relationship. And you see that some people experience this a lot, especially when they are going through bad patch. When, for example, they lost their job, or they're having difficulty in their businesses, or they're having difficulty in having children. I'm talking about women. There are some things that happens, you see. Then you start noticing that the person, their partner, they're in a relationship, they will never see anything value, anything good. The only thing, they'll never talk anything good towards that person because they don't see anything value in you. You don't bring anything to that relationship. And that's when when you talk about in front of people about their partner, forget about thing. That person is nothing, man. Leave that thing. I don't even know why I'm still holding on to this thing. I don't even know why I met this person and all that. They will never talk anything good about you because they don't see you as of any value to them. You don't. And that's why. And when it's get to that stage and you are in that relationship and you're hoping that this person will change, you're going to hope you'll stay there till next year. It's wasting your time. Because for someone to value you, for someone to respect you, they will see you as someone. They will see you as a person. They will look at you. They will look at all the time, the effort, all the whole sacrifices that you brought into that relationship. Most times it's not only finance, it's not only money that you bring into the relationship, but it depends on the understanding. That was what I said to you. It's not every relationship that ends in toxicness. Okay, he said that because the relationship was toxic. No, there are some of them that are just because of lack of understanding. Respect is not there. There's no value. They don't respect you and all that. You see that before long, the relationship will just dissolve because of what? The relationship has no respect. They don't have respect for each other. The partners don't have respect for each other. You understand? And this person, sometimes they find it difficult to move on because they keep hoping that the other person will change. Okay? Why is it difficult for someone to move on from a bad relationship? Why? Remember, I talked about manipulation in the beginning, right? Talked about manipulation in the beginning. Some people have already they've they have I don't know, they perfected the way they manipulate people. Okay, they perfected it in a way that you might not even notice that it's manipulation. You understand? Psychologically, they will be manipulating you. You don't know that they're manipulating you. You understand? Psychologically, they will be manipulating you. You don't have that. I don't know. You cannot figure it out properly. They may use tactics like gaslighting. They use tactics like vulnerability. You know, if you confront them, they will gaslight. Before you open your mouth, they will just finish you. They gaslight you like this. They become the victim. They become the victim. If anything happens, they become vulnerable. They become the victim. Before you say one or two, they already start screaming. They shout on the top of their voices so that people will think that you are the one, harming them. You are the one. You understand what I mean? You are the one in toxic. You are the toxic person in that relationship. Because of what? They perfected their psychological manipulation. They manipulate you crazy. I don't know if you notice that. When you confront them, they did something wrong. They will just twist it like this. It becomes your fault. Straight away. You are the reason why they did what they did. That behavior is your fault. You are the reason why they behave the way they behaved. Because they perfected their manipulation psychologically. Gaslighting, they're getting to the next level. I'm talking about the top level of gaslighting. Do you understand? You see that this person is doing what he or she is doing. They're doing them on a daily basis. No regards. Nothing. They don't care the way they behave towards you. They don't care about you. They're nothing about that. So when you confront them, asking them why they still behaving the way they behave, instead of them to listen or even to talk to you or explain, they will gaslight you. They will become the vulnerability. They twist it. They become vulnerable. They're screaming on top of their voice so that the people around them, they will think that they are the victim. And once they turn that, they know that they will flip in the whole thing back towards you. What happens? They will break all your chains. You're going to be broken. What happened? You can't say anything. You can't confront them again. You'll be the one begging. Because of what? Psychologically, they've manipulated you. They've perfected that manipulation. They know how to get you. And some people, they do that. And because of that, you know what I mean? It will cloud your judgment. You find it difficult. Find it difficult to move on. And once you get to that stage, what happens? You start the same thing. You're blaming yourself, hoping that they will change. They're hoping that they will change. You start blaming yourself that is your fault. You understand? Most times, if you look at some third world countries, like Africa, some part of Asia, and all that, where especially people they depend on their partners for their upkeep. They depend on their partners for their daily living and all that. Okay, so people sometimes they take advantage of that. They will have what they call emotional attachment and dependency. Okay, even if they're in a toxic relationship, just because they're dependent on their partner for their upkeep. They're dependent on their partner for everything. The man will go out in the morning, he will give them money for feeding, give money for children's school fees and all that. All of that, they give money. So the lady, and most times women experience this more. I'm talking about in a third world country. So because now they depend on their partners, and as they depend on the partners, they find it difficult. As they find it difficult, they'll find it difficult to move on. If they're in a toxic relationship, if they're in a bad relationship, because of that dependency. They depend on their partner a lot. Because some of them maybe they left school. They start having children. Their men, their husbands will just tell them to stay at home, take care of the kids and all that. As they staying at home and taking care of the kids, they 5 years, 2 years, sometimes 10 years, 15 years, they never work. So all their dependencies on their man is there on the husband. They don't have any savings because he's the one giving the money. He's the one giving her the money for everything. So when they want to go and buy whatever, they always demand because they depend on their husband. So when it gets to that stage, whatever that comes out of that relationship, whether that relationship is bad, toxic and all that, the woman will find it difficult to move on. Because of what? The same thing. Fear of unknown. How will she leave this one? The next one, where will she start? What is it? After having so many kids, her age, look at her age, her certificate, she never used it before. So, and then you're telling her now to go and start looking for a job. Why would she go and look for a job? Who is going to hire her after? Look at her age and everything. There's no experience. She doesn't have any experience. Where will she start? Because of that dependence, she's dependent on the husband for a long time and all that, and have that emotional attachment. Everything is there. Where? How will she start? What way? Find it difficult. They will find it difficult to move on. They will never move on. They will tell you that they would rather die in that relationship than go in any other place. They will stay there. Everything. Whether they are abusing them physically or emotionally, it doesn't matter. They will stay there. Some of them, they will tell you they will stay because they have children. They cannot leave their children for any other woman to raise their children. And all that, they will still stay. They will stay in that relationship. They will stay there. Whatever that's going to happen, let it happen. They will stay there. That's nothing will tell them. They will not. They will not. Then you start telling them, come on, man. It's too much now. Because of fear of starting over. Well, how are they going? Where are they going to start? Now, if I leave, they will say if she leave this she leave this relationship, how will she face other person? The next person, will it be better? I don't know what I'm gonna get myself into. That fear of starting over. That fear of starting from a scratch, talking about where socially, emotionally, financially, how is she going to start? Fear of starting over. Where would they start? They said that they would rather die in there. And that is what. Those are the things that you see that many people, they will stay. They find it difficult to move on to a new relationship. They find it difficult to move on to a new relationship because of what? All of these things what we talked about this evening. We mentioned a lot. We pointed a lot of places that maybe, I don't know, if you're joining us now, you can later revisit the video, go back to the podcast, all the things we just talked about from the beginning. You can learn a lot. We talked about this evening. You understand? You know? So this is where we're going to stop this evening. And then if you're with us to this time, I appreciate you. And thank you so much. Don't forget to share this program on your spare time. Make out time, listen to it over and over again. You learn one or two things out of what we're talking about this evening, because a lot details we went into. A lot. I'm talking about details. We detailed everything on this. Why people find it difficult to move on in relationship. You can see that your perspective of seeing people single will change a bit, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons why they don't want to get into a relationship. They don't want to jump into a new relationship. You understand what I mean? And that's what we talked about this week. Okay. Thank you guys. And then I will see you guys next week, Friday. Have a lovely weekend and remain blessed.